Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and it's time for another installment about Quibi. You know, Quibi. Quick bites, big stories. Movie quality shows designed for your phone. New episodes every day. Sign up at Quibi. Quibi is a app I've talked about in depth here on the channel, here on Popcorn Planet, just because I can't think of a bigger Hollywood punchline than Quibi. They raised $1 billion. Like $1 billion for this, getting all the major studios to throw money at it because they use buzzwords. They're like, ooh, it's for millennials. And look, you can crop the show and lose half of the picture because it's designed specifically for mobile. Can you imagine? Oh, yeah, I want to watch the show like that instead of like that. Like, why would I ever want to crop and zoom that much into a picture when I could watch it like that? I mean, what is with people? Millennials, is this your problem? Oh, I can't turn it. I can't hold it with one hand this way. I must hold it this way. It's so much easier. Idiots. I blame Apple for that, honestly. Apple is the one who, they could have made it so the phone had to watch video sideways. Could have made it so all video and then just forced us to look at the way video is. And now we have to design video for platforms vertically and horizontally now because users are lazy and don't care. And I hate it. I hate it. So stupid. Facebook, Instagram, it's all stupid. So Quibi, join the club. Quibi was stupid. It was always stupid. And they blamed their failure on Bud Light because apparently when people are all stuck at home, they don't want to watch content. You know, they don't want to watch Titus Burgess in Dismantled or Dummy from Anna Kendrick or Kirby Jenner. Who is Kirby Jenner? Well, look, that's why. This did not work well. They lost over $500 million. And now, after lots of other... in fact, before I get to the main story, this was pretty funny because report says Quibi lost 92% of its earliest users after the free trials expired. Ouch. 92%. Now, they, of course, now are trying to do damage control and slammed that report, saying that they did not lose that. The startup founded by Hollywood mogul Jeffery Katzenberg said that report that it lost 92% of its paying subscribers after the free trials expired is incorrect by an order of magnitude. It's incorrect by an order of magnitude. It's typically how I respond to lies. That is incorrect by an order of magnitude. These guys are so clueless. Anyway, they tried to, explain why. Oh, it's common in the 90-day trial, and they still, Report analytics from a group estimated that only 72,000 people who signed up for 90-day free trial after its launch stuck with the app. Honestly, I believe that number. That seems really, really tiny, but honestly, I believe it. I think what they're doing right now is they're trying to keep this afloat because they want to try and sell it. But what's fascinating is that's now the story that's out there. If you guys are paying attention, they want to possibly sell it, sell the app, and sort of see if they can just, all right, somebody else take this from us. We got all this content. But the most interesting part of this is they don't own the content. They don't own the content. Just like Verizon Go 90, which if you guys remember that failed, just as big of a failure, if not more. I mean, they didn't really have major celebrities. They had idiots running it. They went to so many companies and just made shows and paid them a fortune. And the companies took that money and spent it elsewhere to keep their, floundering startups alive, and didn't put it on screen and didn't get celebrities, et cetera, et cetera. So just like Verizon Go 90, Quibi is worthless. So they are currently out there, and Jeffrey Katzenberg is a good, dude has made serious deals. He's a smart guy, except for this, but he's a smart guy. He's got a lot of money, got a lot of contacts. He can easily swindle this to some company that's like, hey, you want hey, T-Mobile, don't you want some content? Yeah, this will work on your phones. It can be exclusive to your phones, and then you can add more. Hey, we got 7-year licensing deals to all these shows, but, you'll lose all that content in 7 years. But for 7 years, you'll have exclusive content. Insane. But watch, it'll happen. People in Hollywood are dumb. Businesses are sometimes just don't pay attention. They get swindled by money and celebritydom, and then they think they can do better. So but let's check this out. So they're exploring strategic options, including a potential sale. Wall Street Journal reported they had raised $1.75 billion from major studios, Disney, everybody, and banked dozens of original series from Hollywood A-listers. Major questions, though: who would be interested in acquiring the struggling Quibi venture. It's an untested business model with weak subscriber traction to date. Facts. And it doesn't own any of its content. It has 7-year licenses on its short-form series, and after 2 years, content owners have the right to assemble the shows and distribute them elsewhere. Oh my God, so it's only 2 years. That's even worse. That's horrific. They paid all that money for the Reese Witherspoons and everybody. Actually, I think Reese Witherspoon was married to somebody who was helping make Quibi. That's why she was on the show. But regardless, they still paid her a fortune, and it was only for a 2-year exclusive. And then they could only have it on the platform for 7 years? I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. Netflix owns it all outright. Now, granted, there are other ones that make licensing deals, but still, like that's wild. Holy crap! Possible sale comes as a tough time signing up subscribers following the launch of 6 months ago, which came just weeks after Bud Light pandemic swept across the U.S. Among other potential moves it's exploring, Quibi is considering trying to raise even more funding or launching an IPO through a merger with a special purpose acquisition company. Per the General Report, a SPAC, which is what we're talking about there, it's a kind of holding company formed solely for the purpose of raising capital through initial public offering. Quibi did not confirm or deny. Spokesman said, we do not comment on rumor or speculation. I mean, can you imagine if they get more money? If Hollywood's like, no, let's double down. Let's put more money on Quibi. As if they didn't learn their lesson yet. They still are out there, just the rich get richer. The rich here, these rich two people will fail at this. It's a massive disaster. And watch, they'll profit from it. That's how effed our world is right now. That these two people will get richer from Quibi and everybody involved, and we all will still be poor. It's wild. Statement says Quibi has successfully launched a new business and pioneered a new form of storytelling, a state-of-the-art platform. Come on, I'm called BS. This is I'm calling it out. This video is a call to arms. Enough, Quibi. Take your losses and stop taking more money from Hollywood. Enough is enough, people. Am I right? Should this still keep getting billions of dollars to try to succeed? Have we not seen enough that this doesn't work? No one cares? How is Netflix staying afloat? Netflix spends billions of dollars on content. They have, granted, tons of users and a high stock, but still, they're spending, and they're still, and then all these outlets, all these streamers, they're overspending for the content. Tons of money per episode. This bubble will burst, the TV bubble. Quibi is not the one to fight for right now. Quibi is not a place for studios who are all taking hits right now to invest more money. Now, who's going to buy this is some dumb company who has money, some cell company or something, some agency that has a bunch of money that's like, yeah, we'll get Quibi. Fine, we'll just buy that Quibi because they already sort of made an app. We can just use their resources. That's what's going to happen. That's what they do. It's depressing to no end. But so they launched a new business and pioneered a new form of storytelling, Lies, and state-of-the-art platform, Lies, because they're still being sued for that platform. They're committed. Meg Whitman and Jeffrey Katzenberg are committed to continuing to build the business in ways that give great experiences for customers, great value for shareholders, and great opportunity for its employers. Disney, Universal, Sony, Viacom, Warner, Lionsgate, AT&T was Warner, Lionsgate, MGM, IT Entertainment One, now part of Hasbro. And then China investors all invested in Quibi. Katzenberg's Winder co-investment vehicle also is a Quibi. So he's got his own money in this too. So again, he'll profit off a sale. And all these people want to sell because then I guess they get more money from a sale. So it seems like, yeah, see, it was worth it, guys. Who's going to buy this for $1 billion? That'd be insane. 1.7 billion is what they've spent currently. There's no way it's worth that. No way it's worth that. Anyway, they obviously he head to DreamWorks. He was important in the Disney Renaissance with Little Mermaid. He was there, and then moved over to do DreamWorks. I'm still quite optimistic this is gonna work, he said in June. Of course, he has to be positive, guys, because he has to sell it. This is what happens. I've been involved. I'm not going to name companies, but I've worked at companies that their clear goal was to goose numbers just to sell. And try and get that sell. That's what a lot of companies do. They'll just do whatever they can do to make their bottom line seem higher so they can get a purchase, and then, all right, cool. See, I sold that big company. Yeah. Want me to work on your company? It still happens. A lot of those people who did that at my previous companies, not naming any specific companies, are still out there getting jobs at other big companies, not knowing that they were totally involved in shady dealings of everything that was going on behind the scenes. But again, no names, not saying anything specific. But anyway, they obviously had some big names. That no wonder they took a huge payday from Quibi. They took the money and got to get their content back and own it 2 years after. I mean, duh, that's a deal you take. Spielberg, Jennifer Lopez, Sam Raimi, Idris Elba, Chrissy Teigen, Antoine Fuqua. He won one of the Emmys. And then, yeah, it was they at the Creative Art last week. Quibi picked up its first Emmy for Antoine Fuqua's Free Ray Schwan. Lawrence Fishburne taking home the acting trophies in the short form category. Yeah, look, I also learned that firsthand that the Emmys, especially the Creative Arts Emmys, they're full of crap. You can buy and or just be popular enough to get the award. Look, you can say I'm just and he's just being bitter because he lost. Honestly, that first year we were up for the Emmy with Honest Trailers, that was the year of Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. We were hands down the best in that category for a short form digital series. Out of all the people that were there, that was before a lot of other people, Carpool Karaoke and other people jumped in, which was, it's not a web show. Come on, Apple TV streaming shows shouldn't count as short digital web series. It shows how out of touch the Emmys have always been about their digital categories. But here we were, Honest Trailers. We got in the category, and we were like, damn, we could win this. And then Steve Buscemi had a show on AOL, Park Bench, AOL. And they just saw Steve Buscemi and said, yeah. I noticed, look, good on Steve Buscemi. I love Steve Buscemi. But come on, that was not the best digital series. I watched it. It was not. We crushed it that year. And of all the years, that's the one we should have won. And then The Daily Show saw, oh, wait, we can put our behind-the-scenes footage here. This is just outtakes from our show. That's better than the work Honest Trailers or anybody else online was doing. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. And now Carpool Karaoke did it, which, yeah, I'm kind of okay with them beating the last couple of years. Because, it kind of went downhill. But Carpool Karaoke, come on. Why is that in that category? That's half-hour show versus short-form digital content. My point is the Emmys are BS. So just because they won an Emmy means nothing, sadly. It's fun to win an Emmy. I would have been proud to win an Emmy, but it's a tough game to win. You got to really know how to play the game. So that they won an Emmy. They got some props for that, but you shouldn't give them that props because they just gave it to the cast. Lawrence Fishburne got an Emmy for being in a short. I bet you the people who voted for it didn't even know where it was. Probably didn't even see it. Quibi's fallen short of its business plan, though. Company was on trajectory to sign up fewer than 2 million customers in its first year. I mean, that's small, and they couldn't pull that off. 30% of its original target. The Journal reported in June. Quibi has disputed the figures and is inaccurate, but hasn't disclosed its own subscriber figures. Of course, because they want to sell. The Quibi Quick Bite service costs $4.99 a month with ads. So you pay $5 for ads. And I can't believe people are putting ads on there. That's even more depressing that they're paying to put ads on Quibi. Some of my videos, I bet, do better than Quibi. I can't get that kind of ad power. Soon. I will soon. Stay tuned. I'm sure. Because you got to will it, right? You got to will that into existence. Or you could pay $8, guys. Then you won't get any ads. That's worth it. Big issue for Quibi is that it debuted mobile only, absolutely. Frustrating users who wanted to watch cinematic shows on TVs, as people would want to do, not on their phones. Millennials apparently aren't that stupid. Good for you, millennials. The company has since added the ability to cast streams from Apple OS and Android, of course, because they realize everyone's stuck at home and they need to watch content. You'd think you'd want to have that always. But they face competition, obviously, from all the other big streaming things. They're also fighting intention against torrent of free short form video apps like TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube. Yeah, why would I pay $5 for little bites when I can get them on YouTube? Everything's on YouTube. Like, plenty of content you can watch on YouTube. Hot ones, way better than anything that's on Quibi. And then this is important to mention. They have a lawsuit filed by Eco, which accuses them of misappropriating trade secrets and infringing 2 patents. That turnstile feature we showed you where they cropped the device, that wasn't even their idea to begin with. They stole it. Allegedly. Quibi is fighting the lawsuit, which is, they call it baseless. The legal action is being funded by activist hedge fund Elliott Management, which took stake in Eco. Well, that's probably telling. Earlier this summer, Quibi denied a report that it was planning to make layoffs. I don't know how they afford to not. At the primetime host Jimmy Kimmel roasted Quibi, calling it the dumbest thing to ever cost $1 billion. That he did do that. That was probably the best joke he made that evening. But it's true. It is absolutely a stupid thing. It's on its way out. Katzenberg, take your losses and move on. If Quibi sells, that is a travesty. It's an absolute travesty. This app is worth nothing. There's no users on it. Dude, you could pay less money to just buy a list of emails is what you're going to be worth. Having a license agreement to Chrissy Teigen's court show for, what, a year and a half? Pff, come on. Who cares? Just wait a year and a half. She'll be selling that for a dime. That's my point. Like, they've owned nothing. They own an app that can turn, and even that's in question whether they own it. I mean, this is the biggest failure I think I can think of. Can you guys think of a big... Look, Quickster, right, was a pretty dumb thing Netflix did. However, I had it for a little while. I still liked getting the discs. Quickster was that sort of version of Netflix as they were going streaming. Before streaming was what it was, they're like, let's separate. That way Netflix becomes streaming. Smart move, Netflix. But then we can still... Everybody who's mad at us, they can get their discs still delivered at home because they want it. And, of course, that was going to eventually fade out. However, that, I to me, still a better service than anything Quibi offers. What do you guys think? This is ridiculous. If they sell this, if Quibi sells for $1 billion and these two people get rich off of this failure, it just shows you how messed up Hollywood is, man. The amount of money they blow and waste to keep their expensive lifestyles going. It's depressing. Depressing. Not because I want it, just because, like, so much going on in this country. People losing their jobs, their everything, their homes, and Quibi's gonna get money. Come on, that'll be sickening. So let's make sure that doesn't happen. No more Quibi. Hashtag cancel Quibi. Hashtag cancel Quibi. There you go. I know. I don't want to hashtag it, cancel anybody. Cancel as in like cancel your service, but I realize that doesn't make me look good. Don't cancel Quibi. Enough Quibi. Hashtag enough Quibi. We don't want them to get more money. This is not a person. This is a company. They deserve to take their losses and move on. They tried. They made excuses. It fails. Sometimes companies, businesses, they fail. So there you go. What do you guys think? Tell me down below in the comments, questions, your thoughts on this. Stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet. Be sure to subscribe. Please join the Popcorn Planet family. Subscribe. Stay tuned for more awesome coverage here. Pop culture, tech, lots of stuff here. Movies, TV, all that sort of stuff here on Popcorn Planet.